The movie begins at a time when a virus had spread and wiped out many people. The number of survivors in the world was very small, and humanity was on the verge of extinction. We see a woman named Rory. She was sitting beside her husband's grave after he died. She was deeply saddened because she had lost everything she had. Rory went up to see her daughter Matty, who was also infected with the virus. The virus turned people into something between zombies and cannibals. Unfortunately, her daughter also died, and suddenly she turned as well. Rory was shocked and didn't know what to do, especially because when her husband turned, she was the one who killed him to spare him from suffering. It was hard for her to do the same to Matty. Matty lunged at her. 2 years passed since her husband and daughter died. Now, it had been 4 years since the virus outbreak. Rory woke up to the sound of the radio broadcasting the news. The news was about a new organization. This organization controlled the entire country. They were a group of people who took over after the virus spread. They claimed to protect people in camps, but in reality, they were holding them captive, and anyone they found outside, they killed. Rory turned off the radio because she didn't want trouble in the morning. She looked at her daughter's drawing on the fridge. It was of an insect she always used to draw. She took her weapon and went out for a walk. Otto, her late husband's father, who lived with her in the cabin, saw her. He told her, "Don't go too far, it's dangerous out there." The world was empty and ruined. The virus had destroyed the country. At that moment, we saw Noah riding a horse, fleeing from the organization's men. He went to meet someone waiting for him in the forest. The man told him that he had stolen a sample of the cure from them. Noah had been shot. The man told him to go on while he stayed behind to stop them. At first, Noah refused to leave him, but the man said, "I'm not the one who needs to survive. There's someone out there who must live more than I do." Noah took the man's cap to remember him, then ran off as they chased after him. Then they reached him. A firefight broke out between them. Suddenly, a woman from the organization came up behind him and struck him in the face. He collapsed unconscious. When he woke up, the camp leader, Logan, was there. Logan wanted to force him to reveal where Noah was, but he refused. When Logan began provoking him with words, he shocked him with electricity. He asked him once, twice, 10 times, but he still wouldn't speak. In the end, sadly, Logan finished him off. Noah heard the gunshot and knew his friend was gone. The woman with them got upset and told Logan, "You should have taken him to the camp and dealt with him there, not killed him like this." Logan replied, "Stay out of it. This was his fate." Then he ordered, "The three of you go find Noah." Meanwhile, Rory was sitting by the river, thinking about her daughter. Dark thoughts began to whisper to her to go to her. She heard a sound and saw a horse. She approached, surprised to see it alone. She noticed it had the organization's symbol on it and realized it belonged to them. Then she saw someone lying on the ground. Cautious and armed, she walked up slowly and nudged him with her foot to see if he was infected. It turned out to be Noah. She saw that he had been shot. She took his bag and found a pendant shaped like the insect her daughter always used to draw. She decided to leave him there and not help, but her conscience wouldn't let her. She put him on the horse and brought him home. Otto, meanwhile, had gone out to hunt rabbits. He went to the river to wash his hands, spotted some men in the distance, readied his weapon, and hid. When they left, he went on his way. Rory arrived home. She took Noah and the horse to the barn instead of the cabin. She placed a cloth under his head and left him in the storage room, locking the door securely. She took his bag back to the cabin. They had cameras set up around the house for security. Curiosity got the better of her, and she opened his bag. Inside, she found a sample of the cure and other items. She was overjoyed when she realized it was a vaccine against the virus. That night, Otto returned. She was hesitant about whether to tell him what she'd done. She approached him while he was skinning the rabbits and told him what had happened earlier that day. He told her he had seen men from the administrative authority by the river. He warned her, "These days you should go out less so they don't find you and take you to the camp." She replied, "Forget about that. Come see something." He asked, "What have you done this time?" She led him to the barn and showed him the horse and Noah. He was shocked and began arguing with her. He told her she shouldn't have brought him. She said, "I found a cure with him. It could help us." But Otto got angry and told her, "At dawn, we'll take him and drop him somewhere else." He went into the house and shut the windows as a powerful storm was approaching. Later, we see Rory go up to her room, but she couldn't fall asleep. She went to her daughter's room and sat in her chair. She began remembering the day that changed her life forever. We go into a flashback. It was her daughter Matty's birthday, and Rory had brought her a cupcake to celebrate with her. Matty showed her the drawing she had made for her. Then she asked, "When is Dad coming back?" Rory told her, "He's helping people who are infected with the virus, and he'll be back with us soon, God willing." Suddenly, they heard a loud noise downstairs. Rory rushed down to see what was happening. Unfortunately, she found Connor and was shocked at the sight of him. Matty was about to run to hug him, but Rory stopped her. She realized instantly that he was infected with the virus. We return to the present. Rory was sleeping in her daughter's room. She woke up to strange noises coming from outside. She quietly went to Otto, took the barn keys and a gun from him, and headed out to see what was going on. She saw the barn light was on. She went inside and found the horse frightened, so she calmed it down. She went to check on Noah, but he wasn't there. Suddenly, he came up behind her and covered her mouth so she wouldn't scream and give them away. They saw an infected person wandering near the barn. Noah tried to take the gun from her to protect them, but she refused. The infected person outside noticed them, and since the door was open, he was about to enter. Noah held the door to stop him, but the infected shoved his hands inside and grabbed Rory by the neck. Noah quickly took the gun from her, shot the infected, and killed him. After that, Rory asked Noah, "Who are you?" He replied, "I'm supposed to be the one asking you that, not the other way around." She said, "You're not one of the administrative authority people, are you?" He answered, "No, don't worry. I'm not one of them." He began gathering his things to leave. She told him, "If you go, you'll die." But it was clear he didn't care whether he lived or died. He asked her about his bag, and she told him, "Don't worry, it's in the cabin." She took him to the cabin, showed him his bag, and gave him a glass of water. She treated his wound. They began to get to know each other. He told her that he had stolen the cure from them because his son had been infected with the virus 2 days ago, and he wanted to go treat him before his condition worsened. When she asked for his name, he said it was Noah. After she finished cleaning his wound, he thanked her. He was about to leave, but she told him, "You need to stay until dawn and rest a little, unless you want to die before reaching your son." And indeed, he listened to her and stayed. Meanwhile, Logan was near the cabin, desperate to find Noah. The woman with him used binoculars and saw a horse in the barn. She thought there were 3 people in the cabin. Logan suspected Noah was there. He told them to move in right away, but the woman refused and told him to wait until morning. Logan threatened her, saying if she didn't follow his orders, he would let her and her father die from the virus. So they moved toward the cabin. When the sun rose, Otto was surprised to find Noah in the cabin. He was about to shoot him, but Rory quickly intervened, saying, "He's just trying to help his son." Otto softened and told Noah, "I know how you feel." Rory went to get him some clothes from her late husband and helped him put them on. But Noah started having trouble breathing and couldn't catch his breath. They quickly laid him on the table. Otto told her, "He's got air trapped in his chest. He needs treatment right now." She said, "Then we need a doctor." But there was no doctor around. Otto told her, "I'll take the risk and try. Life and death are in God's hands. If he dies, it's his fate. If he lives, then we've done a good thing." They helped him release the trapped air, and he passed out. But thankfully, he stayed alive. When Rory saw he'd been unconscious for a while, Otto told her it was normal because he had lost a lot of blood. He added that when he woke up in this condition, he wouldn't be able to go save his son. Rory told him she would go save the boy herself, but Otto refused and said he wouldn't let her go alone. Suddenly, the alarm went off, and they saw on the cameras that Logan had arrived. Otto told Rory to take the horse and Noah and get out quickly before they reached them, while he would distract them. She didn't want to leave him, but he promised he would catch up. He gave Noah an adrenaline shot and told him, "You know what you have to do for her?" Rory said goodbye to Otto. At that moment, Logan arrived, and Otto stepped outside to meet him. Otto said, "You shouldn't enter my house without asking for permission," Logan replied. "And you're supposed to be in the camp, but never mind, I'll let that go. Just tell me where Noah is." Otto answered, "Who's Noah? This is the first time I've heard that name. There's no one here but me. My son and granddaughter are buried right behind you." Logan asked again about Noah and described him. Otto began provoking him, saying, "I saw a short guy," and loaded his weapon to threaten him. Suddenly, they heard the sound of a horse from the other side. Brooks, one of Logan's men, went into the barn, found Noah, shot him, and killed him. Everyone heard the gunshot. Otto quickly shot Logan in the shoulder, but the woman with Logan shot Otto in return. They exchanged gunfire until Logan came up from behind and killed Otto. The woman saw Noah and Rory escaping. When she realized it, Logan told her to come with him, but she refused. This time she wasn't afraid and told him she would never work with him again. Logan went after them, but by then, Noah and Rory had already gotten some distance. Noah told her to go back because things had become too dangerous for her. She told him that her daughter, Matty, had suffered abuse from her husband and died, and that she hadn't been able to protect her. She had been living with the guilt all these years. She said she would stay with him until they saved his son, so that there wouldn't be two burdens of guilt. He agreed and gave her a substance to spray on her hair and clothes, something that would hide their scent so the mutants wouldn't be able to smell them. Suddenly, they heard gunfire and saw Logan, so they ran quickly. Of course, he wasn't going to let them go, but they managed to get ahead of him and hide. Noah, however, was completely drained and exhausted. He handed her the bag, described where his house was, and told her she'd find his mother there taking care of his son. He asked her to go save his boy. He gave her a single bullet so she could defend herself and sent her on her way alone. He then injected himself with adrenaline to give him a boost and started firing in all directions to distract Logan. When Logan got close, Noah shot him and knocked him down. They began fighting fiercely. Logan almost killed Noah, but Noah grabbed a knife and stabbed him, then electrocuted him until he thought it was over. But it wasn't. Logan didn't die because soon a horde of mutants, drawn by the gunfire, swarmed him and began tearing him apart. One mutant leapt on Noah. At night, Rory was running through the forest, trying to reach Noah's son, but she tripped and fell, only to find herself face to face with a group of mutants. She opened fire and ran, trying to hide. She sprayed the scent-masking substance on herself, and it worked. They lost track of her. She kept moving, but her relief didn't last long. A mutant came upon her by chance, but thankfully she managed to shoot it and get rid of it. The real shock came when she realized she had been bitten. She began to imagine her daughter standing in front of her, and worse, she soon found herself surrounded by a huge circle of mutants. She stood frozen, pretending to be dead. One of them came close, sniffing her like a police dog, but left her alone. She kept walking until sunrise, but the symptoms of the virus were starting to appear. Still, she struggled on toward the house. From a distance, she saw it. She approached, knocked on the door, and left the bag on the doorstep before stepping back. Manoa opened the door, saw her son's bag, and when she asked about him, Rory didn't answer. Manoa understood. Either he was dead or he had turned. Manoa took the medicine, and Rory left, walking toward the river as the transformation was taking hold. She imagined her daughter in front of her, laughing and playing with an insect. She decided to end her journey and join her daughter. And with that, we reach the end of the movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the summary. Thanks for watching.